Hello everyone, welcome to Swiflearn, India's most sincere learning destination for classes 1 to 10. Here we provide you 100% live and interactive classes. We have a personalized attention batch with 6 students only, and here student can pay equal attention to each student. We have a dedicated academic mentor team to track and work on students' progress. So we cover syllabus as per school exam schedule, and we also handle custom requests. So let's see some key features of the Swiflearn. Here we provide you a detailed progress report in which every learning parameter of the student is discussed in detail. For example, how often students ask the doubts, how many concepts are clear, how many classes more we need to clear the concepts, and many other learning parameters. So here student can attend Swiflearn academic test series and can compete with different students. Student can take unlimited practices, both objective and subjective are available. So what are you waiting for? Book your free trial now and don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. So let's start our today's topic, and today's topic is geometry. So where we use geometry in real life. So we are going to see so many examples where we use geometry in our real life. This is for grade 5 and this is session 2. In the session 1 we have already discussed about some basic definitions like what are lines, what are rays, what is line segment, what is point, and many other. So today is the session 2, and whosoever have missed the session 1, they can check the our YouTube channel and can see it. So what are the angles and their types we are going to learn today in the session, and how to measure an angle. So these two topics we are going to discuss today in the class. Okay, so what are angles? So first of all, let's discuss what are angles. So how they are formed. So an angle is formed when two line segments or ray meet or intersect each other. So what it means, when the two line segments, I'm making a line segment. Do you remember line segment? Yeah, line segment has one end point and one starting point. So this is a line segment. I'm making another line segment, and that these two line segments are meeting each other at point O. This is the common point. This is the common point between the two line segment. And when the lines intersect or meet each other at a common point, so they form the angle. What they form? They form an angle, and these are called the arms of the angle, and where they meet the common point, that is called the vertex of an angle. Okay, so these like BAC, like BA. B is in one arm and AC is another arm of an angle, and they are meeting at the vertex A. So A is the common point between them. So how to write an angle? Let's see how to write an angle. So there is a symbol for writing an angle, and the symbol is like this: little slanting line and then straight sleeping line. So it forms an angle. For example, we have to write angle BAC. Now how we will write angle BAC? So first of all, we have to use this ray, then we have to put B here, then in the middle we will write A, where they are meeting, the point where they are meeting. That means we are talking about the angle A, so it will always be in a middle. So if you will write ABC, that doesn't make sense, because here no angle is formed. So angle is formed at point A, so every time you have to write, wherever the angle is formed, you have to write in the middle. Okay, so it's very important. Let's discuss the types of angle. So there are types of angles. So first is acute, then we have obtuse, then we have right angle triangle, then we have straight angle, and then we have reflex angle. So these acute angle, obtuse angle, right angle, straight angle and reflex angle are the types of angle. So one by one we are going to discuss in the class, and we are also going to check the real life examples of these angles. So first is acute angle. The name suggests the acute one. So it is between 0 to 90 degree. The angle between 0 to 90 degree is known as an acute angle. Acute little angle, you can remember acute little angle, like these fingers, like these two fingers are forming an angle. If they, we will consider this a ray, this is another ray or line segment, they are meeting at a point, this is making an angle. This is an example. Or a clock, you can see a clock, and for example it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. So for example angle 1, okay, the angle between a minute hand and the hour hand, they are also forming an angle. Let's see some more example. Now think yourself and see how many examples are there of an acute angle. Angle formed at the corner of the pizza, this is also making an acute angle because it's less than 90 degree and greater than 0. A piece of a watermelon, here it's also make a acute angle. Then the roads like this, they're meeting at a point, so this is also make an angle. Then a scissor, then a clock 2 degree less, so it's also making an angle. Or there's so many, at so many times they are making it. For example 4:30, it's also making an acute angle because it's less than 90 degree, acute little. Okay, so let's talk about the obtuse angle. So what is obtuse angle? Obtuse angle means like this, so it's greater than 90 degree, that means it's between 90 to 180 degree, it's between. So this is obtuse, you can remember the name like this. Okay, so this is making a obtuse angle because it's greater than 90 degree, opposite of acute angle. Acute, obtuse. Obtuse is greater than 90, acute is less than 90. So there are so many things that's making obtuse angle. This arm of the sofa and this is also making an obtuse angle. The hanger, if you will check the hangers, inside it is also making an acute angle. 350, 250 like this is also making an acute angle. Or the stairs, the railing where they are meeting here, it's also making an acute angle if you'll check it like this. The plane and the wing is also making an acute angle. So think about the things around in a room. You can find so many obtuse angle and acute angles. So till now we have discussed two angles. Now the third one is right angle triangle. So what is right angle triangle? When the measure is 90 degree. When the measure is 90 degree and whenever you find this little square, so it means the angle is 90 degree like this. A, if it's B and it's C, so angle BAC is equal to 90 degree. Whenever you will find this square, little square, this means the angle is 90 degree. So it's equal to 90 degree. There's so many examples. The corners of your door like this, they are also making an acute angle. This thing is also making an 90 degree right angle triangle. This is the edge of the table is also making, or this angle, this is also making 90 degree. The back and this of a chair is also making 90 degree. The corners of a painting or a book, that's also making a 90 degree angle. So there are so many examples the right angles are formed. The corners of your wall of the room, so they are also making right angle triangles. The edge of the sides of the window, they are also making right angle triangle. The frame, outer frame. Okay, so many examples around you, they are forming so many angles. So explore yourself and check the things. कौन सा angle बन रहा है? A straight angle straight angle is an angle that is equal to 180 degree. It is called a straight angle because it appears as a straight, this straight and a line. So that means this angle is 180 degree. Okay. So let's move further. Yeah, let's see an example. For example, 6 o'clock, that's us making a right angle triangle, or 45 to 3 is also making a right angle triangle. Sorry, it's making a straight angle, and this measure is 180 degree. Now let's check in reflex angle. So what is the reflex angle? For example, an angle greater than 180 degrees and less than 360. For example, this is an angle, and we will not see the inner side, we will see this outer side, reflex. So this is greater than 180 and less than 360. In between them, this is known as a reflex angles. For example, this my hand and this angle, the angle formed by this is known as the reflex angle. So how many angles we have learned? We have learned acute angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, right angle, reflex angle. For example, in a clock, we can see 7 o'clock, the outer. You will see this one, this is obtuse. You will see this side, this is a reflex angle. Okay. So click here and let's see acute, obtuse and straight angle. Okay, let's have a self-test. So it is acute, obtuse or right angle. So which angle is this? Of course, this is a which angle? This select. Okay, so let me drop it. Okay, so we have to tell whether it's acute or reflex. So this is reflex angle. So we got right. Let's see the next question. Let's change it. Okay, so it is so it's less than, it's acute angle, right? Okay, let's change it and let's make it 90. So it's not getting 90 option. So let's change it and let's make it obtuse angle. So this is making an obtuse angle. So this is how we can see different types of angles: acute, obtuse and reflex angles. So what is now, we have one more angle that is known as complete angle. Now what is complete angle? So complete angle means the complete circle, like a clock. Clock is moving, it's starting from 12 and it comes back to 12, and that completes one day, right? So this angle is known as the revolution, one complete revolution, and the measure of this complete angle is 360 degree. For example, if it begins with this and it comes to this back, so complete, it's completing one complete revolution. So this is known as the complete angle, and the measure is 360 degree. Does a clock forms any angle? Yes, in a clock, let's see, in a clock there are two hands, that is minute hand and hour hand, which moves clockwise. They move clockwise. In every minute, when the clock hand moves from one position to another position, they return through an angle, right? When they look, if start from 12 and they again come back to 12, they complete the one complete revolution, and they form different angles and different times. Can you guess how many right angles and straight angles are formed in one complete revolution? Let's see. So for example, this is one complete revolution, and let's check if this is a starting point, right? So we have to check how many straight angles. So how many straight angles? One, right? One straight angle and two straight angles. So 180, we know the measure of one straight angle is 180 plus 180 makes 360. That means we have two straight angles in one complete revolution. Two straight angles. Now let's check how many right angles. So I already told you the right angle is like this. This is, if this is a base line, this another one will be straight line. So this 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 right angle triangles make one complete revolution. Okay, 2 straight angles in one complete angle and 4 90-degree right angles in a one complete revolution. By turning 2 straight, now look here, by turning, look, 2 straight, if I will use this 360 and this 360, 180 and 180, it makes 360, and 4 right angles like this, 1 2 3 and 4, this and this. So this makes one complete revolution. Okay, let's move further. So let's see, from 12 to 6 makes one straight line, then 6 to 12 makes another straight line. So it completes is equal to half a revolution. So we will first talk about only 6 to 12. So it's make half of a revolution and 2 right angles, right? How 2 right angles? Like this, one angle here and one angle here. So 2 right angles and half and one straight line to form an half revolution. So half revolution में कितने straight angles होंगे? एक, and कितने right angles होंगे? 2. We are talking about half. And full complete में 2 straight angles होंगे और 4 right angles होंगे. Got it? Okay. Let's see some more. From 1 to 10. Now look 1 to 10. Or yeah, there will be 3 right angles like this. 1, 2 and 3 right angles, and 1 to 10 3/4 of a revolution. So 1 to 10 is a 3/4 of a revolution because it's only this part, only this part of the revolution. So it makes not a complete, it makes 3/4 of a revolution. So from 6 to 9, now let's check 6 to 9. So we are checking the different angles formed by the different time. So 6 to 9 is the half of a revolution or one right angle. So it's one right angle, right? Okay, and it's half of a revolution. Let's proceed further. And अब तो हम इतना कुछ पढ़ सके हैं, right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle. Let's have a quiz. Let's check. Okay, so first question is here. Write your answer in the comment box and let's see how many correct answer we are getting, and we are going to announce the name of the child who will answer correct. Okay, so an angle whose measure is less than that of the right angle, less than acute, little cute, so it's cute angle. Okay, acute angle. An angle whose measure is greater, right, obtuse angle. An angle whose measure is the sum of measures of 2 right angles. अब 2 right angles means 90 plus 90 and that makes 180, and we know the measure of a straight angle is 180 degree, and last one is right angle, because when the sum of 2 angles is that of the right angle, then one of the angle is, when the angle is the measure, so it's like this, one of the angles, we have to write the fourth, we have to check the fourth one, when the sum of the measure of 2 angle is that of a right angle, so then each of the angle is acute, क्योंकि 90 डिग्री जब फॉर्म होगा तो दोनों एंगल्स क्या होंगे लेस. इफ यू आर टेकिंग एन एग्जांपल ऑफ 45 and 45, दे बोथ आर एक्यूट एंगल बिकॉज ऑब्ट्यूज में तो 90 से ज्यादा होगा. कैन यू गेस which among the given angle is greater? This seems to be similar. तो कैसे गेस करेंगे? Yeah, so there is a way, there is a procedure. So how we can measure an angle? Now let's learn how to measure an angle. Okay? Okay, by using a right angle tester, we can compare angles with a right angle. So the given angle is less than 90. So हमें पता चल जाएगा देख के 90 से less है तो acute है. But what is the complete measure of this angle? So in order to be more precise in comparison, we need to measure the angle, but we have to find the actual value of the angle. तो हम ऐसे guess तो कर लेंगे obtuse है, less है या bigger है, that is acute or obtuse or reflex or straight. But how to measure an angle is very important. So let's learn how to measure an angle. For that we need a protractor. Now let's see how we'll use the protractor to measure an angle. So let's see carefully, it's a straight line here. So that means we have to put our protractor on this line and this line should be coincide. So this is 90 degrees, written here is 90 degree. Then the angles, if you see the upper one, the angles are acute angle if you want to measure from the upper scale, and if you want to measure from the lower scale, so it means this is obtuse angle, because here the angles are greater. अब आप कहेंगे ये obtuse and acute एक ही साइड में क्यों है? The difference is only if the angle is like this from right hand side, or it's formed at left hand side. This is the only difference. If the angle is this, so we will use the upper scale for acute angle measure, upper scale, because it's the right hand side, and it's drawn at the left hand side, so we'll use the lower scale to measure the angle. This is the difference why we have two scales on the protractor. Okay, so it's already written here. Let's read this. The curved edge of a protractor is divided into 1 equal parts. In total there are 1 equal parts. You can see 0 to 180, 0 and 180. Each part is equal to a degree, and it's very important we call a degree because the unit of the angle is degree. The marking start from 0. The marking start from a 0 and moves to 180. If we are checking from the right hand side, so it will be 0 to 180. Okay, now let's see how to measure an angle. For example, this is an angle ABC. We can check without measuring, that is an acute angle, but we want a perfect measure. So how we will do that? Place the protractor. This is how you have to place the protractor. For example, this is a line. You will place, this is an angle. You have, this line should be coincide with this line, okay, where it's written 180. If the angle is drawn towards right hand side, its face is open towards the right hand side, so that means adjust it to that line. We will measure from the lower scale. ठीक है, अगर अब आपके पास एंगल ऐसे है, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से उसका फेस जो है वो ओपन है, सो यू हैव टू मेजर फ्रॉम द upper scale. For this side you have to use the lower scale, and for this type you have to measure the upper scale. Okay, so then check. For example, we are checking here, so it's 70 degree, so that means our angle sum is 70 degree. तो हम पूरा कैसे एग्जैक्ट बताते 7 degree है, we can't do it. So we have to use the protractor so that we can check what is the perfect measure of the angle. So there are two scales on the protractor. Read the scale which has 0 mark coinciding with the straight edge, that is ray BC. The point where the line AB comes on the protractor is the degree measure of the angle. For example, angle ABC is 70 degree. Okay, let's solve and let's do the true false. The measure of an acute angle is less than 90. True. Okay, the obtuse, obviously it will be false. The measure of a reflex angle is greater than 180. True. The measure of an one complete is equal to 360. Again true. Now think, if M is 53 degree and B is 35 degree, then angle M is greater than A. Okay, so we have to check angle A and angle B. So let's see. Angle A is like this. It's one is 53 and another is 35. So M is greater than A and A is greater than M is less than B, right? So it's true, क्योंकि जो A है वो M से greater है और M जो है वो B से greater होगा, right? Less है. So we'll write it like this. Okay, so which part of the revolution have turned through if you are standing? So first we will make the directions. So it's north, south, it's east and west. So north, south, east and west. So what's for the first part? East and turn clockwise to the if you're standing this direction and you're moving, how clock works? Like this, and you're moving towards north direction, so you have traveled like this. So which angle you are measuring? So this is a reflex angle, and reflex angle kitna hai? So this is 3/4, right, of the revolution. Now the second one is south. You are standing in the south direction and turn clockwise to east, so you are moving like this again. So again is 3/4. West, now you are standing in the west and turn clockwise to east. So this angle, this makes a straight angle because its measure is 180 degree. Okay, so you have to half, that means half of the revolution. So let's solve some more questions. Where will hand of a clock stops if we start at 12 o'clock and makes half of the revolution? So we have to make a clock. So let's make a clock. So let's make a nice clock. So we have to put the numbers. So I will put out of this 1, 2, it will be 3, it will be 9, it will be 11, 10 and 11, and it will be 8 and 7 and 6 straight, 5 and 4. So this is a clock, and it's saying that if it starts from the 12 and it's moving and it's making half of the revolution, half is like the, so it's making an angle of a time of 6, right? Now starts at 2. Now second he's saying I was starting at 2 and making half of the revolution. So if it starts at 2, so iske straight mein 8. So this is the half of the revolution because it's making a straight angle. So we have to check for the straight angle, and straight angle is 180 degree. Now let's solve some more question. What is the angle name for half revolution? So it's a straight angle. What is the angle name for 1/4 of the revolution? 1/4 means 90 degree. So let's wind up and let's see what we have discussed today in the class. We have discussed what are angles and their types, how to measure an angle. Okay, so thank you. Take care of yourself. Be hydrated, drink lot of water and take care of yourself. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel.